Hello, welcome to a different kind of video than the ones I usually do. But I saw other people doing this kind of video and I thought it was really interesting, and recently I just celebrated 100 albums and I wanted to find as many ways as possible to celebrate this because it's a big milestone for me in like my collecting career. Okay, one of those things. So I decided to do the K-pop collectors tag. It's what I saw YouTuber Kpop do last year. I have the questions here on my laptop, and these questions are from Instagram. I'll put a picture right here of the original post, and I modified it a little bit just because some of it doesn't apply to me. But yeah, here we go. So, first album you got. The first album I got was Boyfriend's Glider. Right here. I got this album when I went to Japan for the very first time, and I'd watched the promotions and their teasers for this release, and I was really excited to buy it. But since this is a Japanese release, I also decided to show my first Korean album that I bought, and that was Monsta X's mini album, The Clan Part 1, Lost version, I believe, yes. And this is the first album that I bought when I was in Korea, and it was a momentous time for me. Next, the first photo card that you got. So with the Boyfriend Glider album, I pulled the Minwoo photo card, and then with the Monsta X album, I pulled the group card. How many albums do you have? Currently, I have 101. I know I just said I just reached 100, but it's 101 because I got two versions of the Wavy Awaken the World album. How many photo cards do you own? I currently own 202 photo cards, and I think it's pretty funny how it's exactly double of how many albums I own, because I do have a habit of, if I don't pull my bias from that album, I will just buy the photo card online. I average around 2 for each album, one for the one that I pull and the second one for the one that I buy online. I don't do this for all my albums, but I just thought it was a cute coincidence that I noticed. Which member do you pull the most? Okay, so I decided to break this down into 3 different groups because most groups I have a decent variety of my pulls for the members. However, 2 do stand out a lot, and the first one is Boyfriend. I have pulled Jungmin in almost every single Boyfriend album that I own. It was to a point where my friends thought that Jungmin was my bias because I had every single one of his photo cards except for I think 3 of his photo cards I don't have, so I pulled him for almost every single album that I got. And next is One Team. I have pulled BC in every single One Team album that I own, and I have never pulled my bias from a One Team album, and my bias is Ruben. And then next isn't really I pull him a lot, I like to joke that I have a Do-young curse with NCT, because when I opened my regular irregular albums, I pulled 3 Do-young postcards, and coincidentally in my group orders that I've done, I guess not pulled, but I've been assigned mostly Do-young items. Where do you usually buy your albums and photo cards? So Twitter, K-Town for You, eBay, and also recently Depop has been pretty good to me. I know some people have been having iffy experiences with that, and also more recently Mercari and then Mercari Japan have been pretty good to me. Okay, Best Buy experience. So I've never really had this amazing buying experience that like wow changed my life, but so I like interpreting this question as a good buying experience that you've had. So one memorable buying experience that I've had was when I purchased the Youngmin Kwangmin photo card from Boyfriend's Bounce album on eBay, and it was interesting because the listing said Youngmin Kwangmin in it, but the picture of the listing was actually the Minwoo card, And I was kind of confused because obviously that's incorrect. And then in the Minwoo listing was the Youngmin Kwangmin card. So I was like kind of unsure what was going to happen of like which one I was going to purchase. So I believe I purchased the listing that was titled Youngmin Kwangmin card. And when I got it in the mail, the seller actually gave me both cards. So I got both the Youngmin Kwangmin card and the Minwoo card together in one purchase. And I think it totaled to around $9, so it was $9 for 2 cards, and I thought it was just like a great buy. So yeah, worst buying experience. So again, it's like it wasn't terrible, it's just an experience that I feel upset and sad about. So when the NCT 2018 holo cards came out, me and my friends were obsessed with them. Like, we had to have them. And we found a seller online that regularly does like resale from the SM Town and Store. And this seller was selling the holo cards for around $6 each or $5 each with like very set amount of shipping. So we purchased, I think, 6 cards and it totaled to around $40. And we were really excited because it was a really good deal because those cards were going for really expensive elsewhere. And sadly, that package got lost in the mail. Like, we received our tracking and I was following it for a while until the tracking never changed to leaving Korea. Like, the tracking still said that it was awaiting departure from like wherever it was sitting in. And so it's already been 2 years and I'm not feeling hopeful. I put in a claim with USPS about it to see like maybe it got lost somewhere on the American side, but nothing really happened. And looking back, like, we didn't really worry a lot about it at the time, and if that happened to me now, I would be furious. And so yeah, it just like, so it wasn't a terrible experience, it's just an experience I look back on and feel upset about. Your biggest purchase regret. So I do regret not buying the V1A4 light stick when I was in Korea, because when I was in Korea I didn't think I would ever want a light stick or use it, and then it was only $10 at the Kpop store in Korea that I went to, and I still didn't think to buy it. So looking back on that, I really should have. And then another instance that I had the opportunity to buy the light stick was at the concert that I went to in 2017. In hindsight, I didn't really want it, but in the moment when I saw everyone else having it, I should have pre-ordered. I only pre-ordered the album from that, and then everyone else had the light stick, and even my mom offered to buy me the light stick, so I was like, damn, I should have said yes. And then, because I also ended up buying the light stick from eBay around end of 2018, and another regret that I have with this purchase is that, so I had this sent to my house when I was still up at school and college, and it arrived at my house while I was in school, and I didn't ask my parents to open it to check if it was working. So I wasn't able to open this package until I came home for spring break, and then when I put batteries in it, it didn't work. So there's a lot riding on my purchase of this light stick in regards to purchase regrets, and I don't know if it's the batteries I was using to try to power this or the light stick itself. I was thinking of maybe it's the bulb or something, but I don't want to open it and then potentially break it. So currently it's just sitting in my cabinet as a display item. I don't think I'll be using it anytime soon anyways, but it is nice to have, but I'm just really upset that it doesn't work currently. So yeah, if any bandits out there know what my problem is, please help me. The most expensive item you own. So I broke this down into 3 categories: regular items, limited edition items, and non-items. So my most expensive regular album is Wavy's Takeoff. So I purchased this for around $31. I bought this on a whim when I saw it in the store, and luckily I pulled a 10 photo card in this, so it made this purchase worth it. And for limited edition items, the most expensive limited edition album that I have is the UNB Boyhood limited edition version. I bought, is this upside down? No, it's not. Okay. I bought this for around $45 on eBay. Granted, there's probably much more expensive limited edition albums out there, but so far this is my most expensive item that I own. And for non-album items, it is Wavy's Season's Greetings. So there's a huge story behind the Season's Greetings for NCT and Wavy. The store that me and my friend tend to go to look for Season's Greetings for a good price posted on their Twitter that they had it in stock, and we were planning on going on a Friday. They posted this on a Wednesday. And my friend goes there on Friday and they're all sold out. She called me to let me know and I almost started crying. And I was mind blown because that store was selling it for only $35, which is an amazing price. Like, oh my god, $35? That's how much it is regularly when you buy it from Korea. This, I ended up buying off of a reseller on Mercari for $64. And do I regret it? No. But considering that now it's actually, I saw it on Amazon for around $50. So that's kind of upsetting, but like, I still appreciate this because it's basketball themed and basketball has a big impact on my life. So love-hate relationship with this. When did you begin collecting? I started collecting in 2016 when I first went to Japan and Korea. Your most recent purchase. So my most recent purchase is the Neozone Punch Holo Standee. I purchased it in a group order yesterday. I guess my most recent tangible purchase right now would be the Wavy Awaken the World albums. What is your favorite album cover? So I'm going to break this down based on groups because I cannot pick just one. So for B1A4, my favorite album cover is What's Happening. And I'd be biased about this, but it's because What's Happening is my favorite B1A4 title track. And I really like this cover because it's colorful and fun and it's just so cute. And the next is Monster X. My favorite Monster X album cover is Beautiful Brilliant Version. And it is just so pretty and so bright. And from my unboxing of this album, I joked that this was Wonho's hand. Don't really know whose hand it is. I never looked it up, but I like to joke that it is. And it's just, I think it's really pretty. Which packaging do you love the most? I prefer book and magazine style packaging. For example, K&K's SS collection. This is literally the embodiment of a magazine. So the song itself was very Vogue-esque, and I feel like this packaging style really completed that Vogue-esque package. Which packaging do you dislike the most? So I have 3 types that I dislike. One of them is probably an unpopular opinion, but 2 of them I hope other people agree. So my first disliked packaging type is slip covers. More specifically, how K&K packaged their Gravity albums, because the slip is not the same shape as the books itself. So the slip cover for these albums is in the shape of their logo, which means it has this empty slots on the sides. So what I hate about this kind of packaging is that when you put the items back inside the slip, it bumps into these edges and increases the chances of damaging your items. So my second least favorite is envelopes. For example, NCT's packaging of Limitless. And yes, this was very unique packaging, but I just feel like the way it's packaged just increases the possibility of it being damaged. And for example, my corner right here is already ripping, and I didn't even do anything to it. It just has all the stuff in it. So not that big of a fan. Another example of envelopes would be Monster X packaging of the beautiful repackaged Shine Forever. And this is just really triggering for me because I bought this in a group order and my group order manager cut the sticker, and I was just so heartbroken when I saw that. Like, how could she do that? Oh my god. But anyways, it just really annoyed me purely because it's just in an envelope. Like, and then my third least favorite is boxes. And I don't really have an extreme hatred towards boxes. I would just prefer it if an album was not in a box. I'm gonna bring this out again, even though I said it was my favorite cover. It is still in a box. So the thing that I hate about box albums is that it's relatively hard to open. Okay, not hard, but it's not, opening a book is easy, you just open it. But the box requires more motion, in my opinion. Like, and then, I don't know, but I'm not gonna do it. And another reason why I kind of dislike box albums is because one of my first boyfriend albums, the Witch album, was in a box, and when I opened it, I was trying to open it straight flat like this, and I almost scratched the box. So I didn't completely ruin it, but after that I was scared of opening box albums. So that's why box albums are a little triggering for me. What is your favorite photo card? My favorite photo card of all time has to be this one. It is the Gongchan Sweet Girl photo card, grade 3. And it should be no mystery why this is my favorite Gongchan photo card and photo card in general, because just look at him. Look at him. Do you have any fan site items? I do. I have a birthday project for Gongchan that I purchased around 2 years ago. I don't have it right now with me. It's like somewhere in my boxes, but I bought it because the photo book was like every single year they've promoted for every single comeback and for all the concerts they've had, and the concert that I went to was featured in that photo book, and it was just really memorable for me, so I decided to purchase it, and no regrets. No regrets. Do you collect concert goods? Yes, I do, but not as serious as I used to. I've only purchased like concert specific goods at I guess KCON and then Monster X concerts. So the most convenient thing I have to grab right now is the Monster X Connect tour towel, I think this is. Yes. So wow, it's really red on camera. So I personally really like slogans, but I prefer official slogans versus fan-made slogans, just because I prefer official goods more. So I currently have 3 slogans. I have this Monster X slogan, I have a boyfriend slogan, and I have a B1A4 slogan. So I know I kind of veered off topic with this question, but yes, I do collect concert goods. That is it for the questions for this tag. If you stuck around this long, thanks. I'm just really excited to be able to share my opinions about all my albums with you guys, and me reaching this milestone, it just means so much to me because it's something that I've worked hard to reach, and it just shows like how much I'm dedicated to a certain task, and it's just this is great. I loved going down memory lane with you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed. So see you next time. Bye.